What's up, guys? I know it's been a while since, quite a long time since I took time out to make a video. You know, life happens. Sometimes things fall to the wayside, but with the advent of everything going on, um, and something I heard today made me kind of just want to make a video because it made me chuckle. I want to play something for you, and it's only about 30 seconds, and then we'll get to talking. Um, it was a press conference. President spoke, but what really made me chuckle was what the vice president said, and I actually laughed. And if you catch it, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. I'm gonna play it real quick for you.
To report at the President's direction, Medicaid and Medicare already expanded to coronavirus treatment and testing early on. And of course, the President just indicated how major insurance companies across the country are not just waiving copays on testing, but they're now waiving copays for at least 60 days on any coronavirus treatment. But now, as Secretary Azar will enumerate, and now we'll make sure that any American, even those that have no insurance, will be able to receive treatment in a hospital and never have to worry about the bill. I just give a gentle reminder to every American, if there is evidence across the country that you're putting into practice the coronavirus guidelines for America. Every American has a role to play, and I want to thank you on behalf of the President and all of the American people for the way that you're stepping forward, you're engaging in the social distancing and doing the things that will slow the spread. We encourage you to keep on keeping on. We will get through this, America. We will get through.
Okay, that made me chuckle because I don't know if anybody might be familiar with the song "Keep On Keeping On," but that kind of let me know that, yup, it's going down. Like we already knew, but it's definitely going down. I mean, it's just wow. Well, I don't know. It made me giggle. Maybe some of you guys might not catch it. Anyway, with the advent of everything, you've been seeing a lot of people making homemade masks, making homemade. I've seen gowns on a couple videos, and the thing is, it's just a lot of people that were prepared and have been preparing aren't looking that bad anymore. You know, before, a lot of individuals that were trying to prepare for whatever they were in fear of, uh, or hope didn't happen, but wanted to make sure they were prepared for it just in case, aren't being ostracized as much. But how does that play out as far as things getting taken away from you because you prepared and others didn't? That's another thing to look at too. There haven't been a lot of prepper related videos as much as they used to be, because a lot of individuals that used to prepare became ostracized in a sense, or were put to the point where even they posted a video and no one got a notification for it. It just, I guess the algorithm is at fault. You know, it's no one else's fault. It's just the algorithm. So, how do you prepare for that? And what are your concerns? I mean, we all worry. In my area, I actually happen to be in Western New York, closer. I'd say easiest way to say it, between Buffalo and between New York City. My child lives in New York City. He's okay, you know. But the thing is, there's a concern there. I don't know in your areas if you guys have anything that's starting to hit closer to home for you. I'm sure, but the extent, maybe not so much. In my area, we haven't had more than 50 cases. Outside my area, hundreds, further out, thousands. And the thing is, what I've realized here and what I've been looking at has been people's complacency to where they are. A lot of people aren't practicing social distancing. They're not wearing masks except for at work. I work for individuals with disabilities, or for some people understand it, like more so of a nursing home type of environment. We understand the severity of making sure we have proper PPE, but due to the fact that we're in that type of environment and we're more so not a part of, not saying that we're not part of the existing populace, but we're not as prevalent. A lot of people have a tendency to forget that there are people that care for other people outside of a hospital environment, which would be considered a hotspot as of now. But people kind of forget the people in the nursing homes unless you have an individual there directly. So we're being affected as well. We were told to wear masks, to reuse our masks. For me, that's not something personally I need to worry about, because I already had a mask, a few that I had bought prior for my own reasons, just in case, just to have. And this is when I ended up getting it on Amazon. And the funny thing is, the price when I got the mask was like less than $10. Same mask, $35 for one. So, and I mean, I have other things, but when are the prices going to go up? So, this is a time where, with our economy about to face what it's about to face, for us to become a lot more resourceful as a people. Because, just think about it. You print money out of nowhere, how valuable is that dollar going to be? Who's going to want it? I don't know. If things don't change soon, we're going to be in a way more of a crisis than having to deal with a pandemic. As far as people losing their minds with toilet paper and things like that, I don't know. Maybe those were the type of people that never went shopping, or those people that went shopping once a day. I still don't get that. I'm just guessing that maybe some of these idiots decided to go through that because they had a flu. Well, everybody thought it was the flu, said it was a flu, and they confused the flu with a stomach bug. That's the only reason why that would make sense. As far as soap and sanitizer, that just kind of lets me know that obviously you weren't a clean person, because if you didn't have all that stuff in your house, then you're pretty much nasty, because you should have had that in your house anyway. But I went shopping the other day and I didn't see that much of a difference, but people just didn't seem to care. And I'm guessing it's probably because it hasn't affected this area directly yet. And when it does, that's when it's going down. Gun shops closed. You're not allowed to get pistol permits anymore. So whatever you have to defend yourself, that's what you got. So I feel sorry for that, especially now with them releasing criminals who are non-violent, but criminals nevertheless, out because they want to prevent overcrowding. which is gonna cause another problem. It's already in this state. Nonviolent crimes, even someone breaking into your house, from what I've read in the paper, is considered nonviolent. So I'm guessing any type of violence is one-on-one violence, person-to-person violence. So someone breaking in your house, they'd actually get an appearance ticket if they get caught. If they get caught. If you could defend yourself enough for them to get caught. Or if they walk out the house with a TV and someone happens to catch them. So times are changing in a lot of these states. And especially with the crisis that we're facing now, we have to be a lot more vigilant with a lot of other things we do. So I just want to ask you this. How have you guys been handling this situation? Because things concern me at this point in time. And I don't know. I mean, we all hope things will get better. But what do you think is going to happen? It's a very big concern right now with the populace. A lot of people said, "Oh, it doesn't affect the young." Now young people are dying. It only affects the old. Well, now everybody's dying. I'm a healthcare worker as well. It's affecting us. Maybe not to the extent because we're not in a direct hot zone. But how long do you think it's going to take unless they come up with some type of cure or vaccination that we're all not going to get affected by what's going on? And not even just by the disease, by the aftermath of everything that's going on. Because how long is it going to be before truck drivers aren't going to want to travel to certain areas because they might be a little bit too hot to deliver supplies? How long is it going to be before things aren't being produced anymore? I mean, a lot of people. I was watching Governor Cuomo from New York today. He was talking about PPE masks, regular N95 masks, and he said that they used to be 70 cents to make, and now they're about $7. Well, the funny thing is, the United States doesn't produce pretty much anything for itself. Look at anything you have in your house. For the most part, probably about 75 to 80% of everything you have in your home is produced by some other country, whether it be China or Taiwan or Malaysia. Go to Walmart. It might be distributed from the USA, but 9 times out of 10 it was made someplace else. We don't make things anymore. We used to. We used to have pride like that in this country. But you know, things got so expensive, the U.S. said, you know what, we'll outsource everything. That's why when you call your insurance company, you might be speaking to somebody in Jamaica or another country. And then people wonder why America's so great. Yeah, we're great, but we're outsourcing everything. This is why so many people are broke. This is why we don't have as many factories as we used to. On top of having this issue, we can't even produce things to save ourselves. Because it's all about greed. It's all about money. And we're not the ones getting the cut. You guys know who's getting the money, because they're the ones that's rich. Outsourcing this, outsourcing that. And you're trying to tell me we don't have enough factories to make masks to save our own populace? If anything, I hope this situation, once it boils over, teaches us that we need to be way more self-sufficient than we have been. Maybe this might show the people that, you know what, preparing for the worst, whatever it might be a good thing. Instead of having to worry about government intervention and being on lockdown, so we could be more self-sufficient. You know, like how our forefathers and grandmothers and great-grandmothers used to, you know, stockpile that food and stuff like that for a rainy day. You know, maybe that might make a little bit more sense to them now. But a high possibility that once everything goes back to normal, everybody will be like, oh, it'll never happen again. Well, I never thought I'd see a pandemic in my lifetime. Unfortunately, I have. The only thing else I'm waiting for right now is for aliens to pop down and invade the planet. And then I'm like, I'm done. Just take me. Just take me, God. It's time for me to go. I'm over it. So, hopefully, this is something that will definitely make sure your eyes are opened up more as far as being prepared. Because, yeah, I love trying to make sure I'm prepared for certain things in my climate, in my area. The thing is, I always kind of hoped in the back of my mind that it wouldn't be just a backup and not something that I'd have to use or fall back on because of a detrimental emergency like this. I'm glad I have what I have, but in a way I hope that I never had to worry about using it. Just wanted to have a backup plan, kind of like car insurance, you know, the stuff you pay for that you hope you never get into an accident for. But things happen. Tell me what your thoughts are.